have this conference with you. Today, it's all going to be about freedom. We all know how much we need that now. So let's bring in the energy of freedom and the frequency of freedom and wonder of freedom and free energy. So when we talk about free energy, we don't just refer to devices and technology. We also refer to our inner technology, our inner capacity to harness the energy of the vacuum or prana or life force. So this is the topic of today. I would love to see your questions. I would love this talk to be interactive. I would love to see how you feel about this and see your comments. I'm hoping that the chat box is available for that. If there's another source where I can watch comments and questions, please share with me on WhatsApp. I would love to, be there amidst you and share love with you totally, to feel how you feel about this. So first of all, I invite everyone to open our hearts and connect heart to heart and commune heart to heart in this talk so that we totally share this, so that it's totally a channeled and intergalactic gathering. For 13 years, I've been studying this and meeting people that are into free energy, either the inner technology of free energy, which means meditation teacher, Qigong teachers that are into Chinese medicine, teachers that are into yoga, and all the people that are learning how to harness energy, how to master it into their bodies. But also I've met scientists and doctors and researchers like Nassim Haramein and Greg Braden and Joe Dispenza and geneticists like William Brown and, so many others that are researching free energy scientifically so that we know how we can harness it not only in our bodies, but also in our devices, technology, transportation, and whatever it is that we're using. Because we're now with this global transformation heading into a direction when we're meant to live in a more conscious way, and we're meant to have a lifestyle that is more aligned with source, with the energy flow and with nature, and we're also meant to use our resources more wisely, in a wiser way. We're meant to bring this planet back to balance and into thriving. And we're meant to do this in a very, very short amount of time before we self-destruct. So this is our path and our task now. This is compulsory for the evolution of humanity, and it is compulsory for us to be able to stay here longer on this planet. So many people are losing their lives now and are transcending to another plane just because they're no longer willing to or aiming to continue their evolution on this planet, and that's all fine, nice and good. But for the ones who are staying here, the ones that are still playing this game, we are meant to play it in a more wise and conscious way. And it starts with the way we use our technology and our resources and our devices, but extends into how we utilize our physical bodies and how we utilize our resources in terms of food intake and what energizes us. And before we understand how to self-energize and connect to source and have source energy as our primary nourishment, it's still gonna take a while. It's still gonna take a while till our technology gets to this. I was just watching recently on Greg Braden's YouTube channel, very beautiful video about free greener energy. And he is describing how the energy is the energy that we're utilizing today is not is no longer sustainable. Not even the green energy, the so-called green energy that we have used, like solar panels and the windmills and so on, not even that is fully sustainable. Because it is in a way still producing waste that we cannot handle on long term. It's still producing, you know, plastic, and it's still producing silicon, still producing all and utilizing precious materials from the earth that are very hard to extract, that is still not sustainable on long term. So we have to move into an even greener energy than the one that we have discovered until now, an even greener energy than the technology that is green today. Even the green cars, you know, the electric cars and all that stuff, it's still utilizing and producing stuff that is not sustainable for the planet. So on long term, we have to focus on an even greener and even freer energy, which is discovered to be the energy of the vacuum, the energy of the quantum field, the energy of, you know, the source energy, how the ancient traditions are calling it, or prana, chi, mana, life force. You know, that is not only available for our human bodies to be energized and happy and functioning without utilizing external resources like physical food, but it's also available to utilize for our technology and devices. And there are scientists like Nassim Armin and others that are creating devices that are functioning with that type of energy. I'm holding a crystal in my hand now that is utilizing the energy of the vacuum as a source energy, and it's emitting it and synchronizing my field. All crystals are doing that. So our also do that. That's the good news. Have greener energy on the planet, to have a more sustainable way of living, we have to learn to sustain our bodies in that way. So there are thousands of people now on the planet that are functioning very harmoniously without using solid food. And I know this is so far-fetched to some, but literally I've met hundreds of people, and my colleagues and collaborators that I'm doing events with, and I'm going to tell you what type of events I'm doing, they are nourished by source, chi, prana, mana, and they're utilizing very little liquid food, as in juices or soups and tea, and no solid food for tens of years. Some are for 5 years, some for 10 years, some for 20 years, some more, you know, and that's called pranic nourishment, light nourishment, or breatharianism, some call it. I don't totally agree or support the term of breatharianism, but I do support the term of pranic nourishment or light nourishment. This is, oh, great. I have to slow down for translation. Thank you guys for telling me that. I've been meaning to ask you at the beginning. I didn't know that there is translation. So yes, I can do slower. Please let me know in your chat box how much time do I have, you know, for this conference, so that I adapt my speech. Sorry, I apologize to translators for this. So I was saying that there are hundreds of people on the planet that are living without utilizing solid food or physical food. In my life, I've been meeting hundreds of them. I've been collaborating with them, and I've been organizing events with them and lived with them in the same house or traveled with them, which leads me to direct knowledge that this is possible. Not only I have met hundreds of people that are doing this, but I myself have had this lifestyle for quite a while. Yes, they are breatharian. I've had this lifestyle for quite a while, which means that at the present moment, I'm utilizing very little or no solid food for extended periods of time. And my body prefers to have liquid food, as in smoothies, juices, or soups, or tea. That's what my body prefers and functions best with. When I'm in social gatherings or meeting friends or dining with dear ones, I can only take very small quantities of vegan food, preferably raw, but even hot vegan food works for me as long as it's in small quantities. The rest of the time, I prefer liquid food and water and prana, and that's the best diet for me. The way we learn how to do this is we learn how to manage or master the quantum field, the energy field, the biomagnetic field of Earth and cosmic energies, so that it can nourish ourselves, our body, our physical structure. There are thousands of masters in the past that have demonstrated this efficiently. You've heard it in the yogic treatise. If you read the autobiography of a yogi, you'll find reference there. You've heard it in Tibetan tradition about the people that have attained their rainbow body or their body of light, and they're able to dematerialize their bodies and just disappear. That's also a feature of building this pranic field and having it sustain your physical structure. You are able to dematerialize, you're able to become invisible, you're able to teleport and all that stuff. And I do have colleagues that are able to do that, and it's also happened to myself. So this is direct experience that I'm talking about. And I know it's very far-fetched, but I also know that there are people in the audience that are willing and ready to hear this and that are ready to experience it. And in my work, I've been organizing hundreds of events, like the Pranic Festival in Romania, which is in August every year, the Pranic Festival in India, that is in March every year, where I've gathered all these masters or energy workers that are being nourished in this way, that are harnessing the pranic field or the source field in this way. And I've had them hold conferences to teach people how to do it, to share their practice, to share their knowledge, and to share their wisdom and transmit this initiation to those who are ready, exactly the way we are doing now with you. I've also written 5 books on this, and one of the latest books is the Pranic World book that I'm holding now, that you can find on Amazon. Pranic World book is the one best describing my experience with prana and with the people that are nourished in this way and living of free energy. So that's something that you can start. My events, apart from the ones that I've referred to, the pranic festivals, we have very often we have pranic retreats where people are nourished with juices and prana for several days, 4 days, 7 days. You know, one of them is next weekend. It's called the Romanian Sphinx Activation Retreat. And that's one of the retreats that, that we're holding in person. So you can actually be present with us. Another event is the Christmas retreat, where we're going with pranic exercises and meditations and practices where you can be nourished in that way and harness or master the energy of the vacuum. And also there's an online class that lasts for 8 days. It's called the Pranic Process Online. It's a training where you learn to detox and harmonize your energy field and your physical body in a way that you can be more balanced, more aligned, more harmonious, but also have autonomy in terms of food. So basically you can harness the energy of the vacuum while taking this class and after taking this class. I've placed the link of this class in the chat box, and I also placed the link of all our events. And the name of the book, for those who ask, is the Pranic Well book. Thank you for sharing, Pona. So this is what we're doing to educate and help people have food freedom or food autonomy, which means you don't have to stop eating, but you can diminish your food intake, upgrade your food quality and the way you are eating or consuming your energy, and harness the energy of the vacuum. So that's the ultimate freedom. How many of you are feeling called to this? How many of you can believe that this is possible? I would love to know in your comments. If you type yes, I know you're ready. And those of you who are writing in Thai language, just know that I'm not aware of that writing. I don't read it very well. So please write in English. Okay, so this is my main activity. This is my main research, and we've been gathering scientists. We're having a group of scientists that are researching this now, including geneticists, physicists, quantum physicists, neurologists, cardiologists, and so many others, quantum healers. They have joined together to research this, and we have a full playlist of scientists that are sharing their experience on this topic. So this is not just a woo-woo or far-fetched thing or something that is in the holistic realm. It's down to earth science. And in this book that I referred to, the Pranic Well book, you have the science of it. So you have the description of what happens in the body. You have the description of what happens with the hormones. You have the description of what happens to your endocrine glands, especially the pineal gland that has a very, very powerful contribution on this. So you can very much learn from that book. There's also a lot of information on my YouTube. So if you go on my YouTube channel, Cristiana Eltrayan, just like my name here in the chat box, you will find lots of videos that are free and also meditations that are available for you to learn about this topic. And we also have the website that you have here in your chat box, where there's lots and lots and lots of articles on this topic that you can read and learn from. So we have diligently done volunteer work all over the world, held conferences all over the world to help people understand and better encompass this reality. And now we're bringing it or bridging it with the science so that when we learn how to harness this in our body, we can replicate this in our technology. I want to know if the translators are now okay with my rhythm. And I also want to know how much time do I have left so that I adapt fully to your event. Please write to me in my chat box in English. So we have to totally be mindful of what's nourishing our bodies. And it's all about lifestyle. So if you stopped eating today, you would be starving soon if you don't have a lifestyle and a daily practice that supports your energy. We are then warning the people that are hearing this that this is not something for someone who has no spiritual, no energy practice at all. You can harm your body and die if you stop eating without doing the practice, and that's not something we advise. We do, however, advise to look at your food intake and the way you consume your energy and see if you really need all that much, and see how much of your food is emotional eating and how much of your food is really necessary for your body. We do advise that you look and see if the things that you are eating now are really nourishing you or depleting you. How you can notice that is simple. You just look how you feel after your meal. And if you're feeling energized and you want to jump off and do your daily tasks, it means the food, it has nourished you. If you want to take a nap or sleep for the whole day, it means that your food is actually consuming your energy instead of nourishing you, right? How can your food consume your energy? Well, think of all the energy you consume for your digestion. Once you've eaten, your whole energy is concentrated in your gut to digest, and that's taking the energy of your brain and the other body processes and utilizing it to process your food. If your food were lighter, not cooked products or fruits or vegetables instead of meat, you would consume less energy to digest it. And that's even there, a smarter energy management. If your food were liquid, you would consume almost no energy to process it, to break it down into pieces, and that would bring more energy to your body. So what we advise people in our processes and in our trainings is to blend or liquidify as much as you can of your food intake, which means put your salad in the blender, put your fruits in the blender, even your nuts, you can put in the blender and mix them with some honey or something and bring it down to a more liquid state. And that will help your body have less effort for digesting and processing your nourishment. And that's the first step to lighter nourishment and more energy. Also, be mindful of your lifestyle. Try to meditate every day. Try to do something every day to connect to source or your guides or whatever it is that you feel is bigger than you. Not the government or the television, though. That's not something to connect with daily. And it's not bigger than you. Try to do daily exercise or move your energy through your body. Try to go lighter in your diet from wherever you are. Stop eating meat. You don't need it. It's dead animals or dead energy. You don't need that. Buddha, if more of you are Buddhists here, is when we stop using other beings for our benefits and pleasure, that humanity is really going to get to evolve. Well, you want to look at that, in terms of what you're using for your food. Start treating your body like a temple. Be aware that it's the house of the divine. Start spending more time in silence. You don't need to talk that much all the time. Compulsive talking is consuming your energy a lot. That's why you didn't see me so much on your groups when you founded this event. And that's why you don't see me talking during the day unless it's really necessary. I practice mauna, which is the practice of silence, and I'm only using my voice when somebody really needs it or when it's really necessary to verbally communicate. That's for energy mastery. Start having more time in silence in nature. That's helping you balance your energies and clear your energy field. Start listening to sounds that are more mindful, which means energy that is music that is tuned into a higher energy frequency or hertz that are more harmonious for your body. And last but not least, start being more compassionate to others and to yourself, and only do those things that make your heart sing. Or if you can't only do those things that make your heart sing, at least do something daily for yourself or for others, just because you can, not because you have to, just because it makes your heart open, and that will raise your frequency. All the practices that I've shared here now, all these tips are helping you raise your vibration, are helping you build a higher frequency, and therefore are helping you need less from the outside and have more from the inside as inner energy. And when we're going to start practicing that and encompass that fully, we're going to be able to have free energy also outside of us. Like I was saying, in our technology and in our daily devices. How many of you feel that you're ready for this? You're ready to evolve into a higher energy, into a higher vibration, into a higher way or more harmonious way of using resources of this planet. I want to say again that I really appreciate your comments and questions in Thai language or Vietnamese or whatever language that is, but I totally understand nothing of it. So if you want answers to your questions, unless we're very tuned in telepathically, please write in English. Okay, I see so many people saying that we're ready. Yes, we are ready for more freedom. We are ready for better resource usage. We're ready for a cleaner planet and a cleaner body, and we're ready to evolve. Yes? Totally. So how much time do we have, and do we have any questions or comments so far? Yeah, so many people are ready for freedom. I love that. Before I exit this conference, I don't know if there's more time, like half an hour or more, I want to also present you a short video that I feel called to now present of a person that has spent 75 years, a yogi, that has spent 75 years without eating, without needing to eat or drink. I've personally met him in India at the Pranic Festival. He's been one of my colleagues last year. And I had the honor to be blessed by him. And before he left his body last year, we've actually met and hugged. And you can see a video of how I was testing his chakras. This person has been tested in a hospital twice with maximum surveillance and maximum scans for 14 days, and for another 10 days. And he has shown perfect body functions with no food or water. So if you're willing to see him, please let me know, and I'm just going to share my video with you. I'm just looking at where the video is. What is the difference between pranic energy and quantum energy? Well, pranic energy is the holistic term and quantum energy is the scientific term, but it's the same thing. How can we gain weight again when we nourish in this way? When you use liquid food or pranic food, you are nourished. You are fully nourished, so therefore your body does not have to gain weight. At the beginning, when you start detoxing and going on liquids and processing, all the changes in your body, you will lose some weight. And that's normal because you have so much toxicity in your body and so much weight that is not necessary for you. But after that, those kilos are shed off you. I've lost about 6 kilograms at the beginning in 2012, maybe. After that is going off, after that is discarded from your body starts to put on the healthy cells, the healthy weight, the weight that is necessary. So now I'm a normal woman in 52 kilos at 1 meter and 60. So that weight has been my weight for my entire life, except for the beginning of this pranic process where I lost the toxic waste from my body. And then you can, after you lose that toxic waste, you can then program your body to be in its perfect shape, in its perfect weight, in its perfect health. And your body is a biocomputer, so it's programmable. So you can give it the shape that you want. And we teach these practices in the pranic process online that you find on our events page at the website soulhealingacademy.com. Soulhealingacademy.com is the website that you have in your comments, where you can find this training where you actually learn to reprogram your whole body so that you can eat less or none at all, or just liquid food, and have the perfect shape, perfect health, perfect weight. Yeah. soulhealingacademy.com, and also I'm sharing the events link now. And as I was saying, I'm happy to share a video with you. I want to bring in this energy of this beautiful person. Let me know if you are ready for it. So this is the video that we're watching now. This is Pralajani or Mataji, a yogi that has been nourished by prana for 75 years.
You feel
ये हार्ट है और ये भी हार्ट है इस साइड पे
both heart.
He has two hearts, yes.
Yes.
Heart married and then Shiva.
See you.
Those two boys. Two hearts.
Two hearts.
Two hearts.
One of the Shiv and one of the Shakti.
शिव शक्ति उठते हैं ना.
The thing that you saw me doing at the end of this video, where he put my finger on the rooftop of his mouth, is him showing me where the Amrita flows. So when you're nourished in this way, your whole endocrine and chakra system is opening, and you can have, you know, there's a very famous or well-known inner energy called Amrita that can actually nourish your body, and it's flowing through your body, through your endocrine glands, and through your rooftop of the mouth, nourishing your whole body, and you can actually sense it, you know, or feel it, or taste it, if you will. So this is what I was doing at the end of the video, where he put the finger on the rooftop of his mouth. He showed me where is the place of Amrita. So I see my time is up. I'm really grateful to have been here with you. If you want to connect more and ask more questions, just feel free to write to me directly on my email. I'm placing it in the chat box now. This is where you can book sessions with me. I also do one-on-one sessions, you know, therapy and counseling and healing sessions. And you can also contact me on the other channels, the Instagram, which is Eltrayan, the Facebook, and so many other places. I hope to see you soon in one of our events. I hope this has been useful and educational for you. And I hope that now and from now on, this planet is ready for freedom, like genuine freedom that comes from free energy and autonomy. I'm really grateful to the Diviners Fest organizers for inviting me, and hope to see you soon, wherever that is. Blessings to all.